What is going on, guys? It is Constable Chan back with another video. Hope you're having a good day. Today we are adding on to the Madden 17 rebuild series as we are going to be doing the San Francisco 49ers. This team needs a lot of work, so it's going to take a couple moves to get them to the playoffs. Let's take a look at their top three players. They have Joe Staley, left tackle, 90 overall. Mid linebacker, Navarro Bowman, 88 overall. And Aaron Lynch, right outside linebacker, 84 overall. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into the franchise. Here we are taking a look at the San Francisco 49er roster, so let's run through it quickly. At quarterback, they have Blaine Gabbert, Colin Kaepernick, Thad Lewis. Probably going to be trading Kaepernick away. Probably not even going to get much for him, but, you know, he's grossly overpaid. He's like $11.6 million this year, so he's going to go just to clear up some cap space. Also have Bruce Miller at fullback. Carlos Hyde, running back. Their best receiver is Torrey Smith, who's also getting paid a lot, so he's probably going to get traded. They have Patton. You know, their wideouts aren't very good. Go to their O-line. They have Joe Staley, 90. Beatles, 75. Kilgore, 75. Garnett, 77. I think they drafted him in the first round this year out of Stanford. Anthony Davis, 76 at right tackle. Vance McDonald at tight end, 76. Go to the defense here. They have very good young D linemen on the ends. You know, Chip Kelly's coaching this team where he's got a lot of guys from Oregon. So they have DeForest Buckner, 79, Armstead, 78. They really don't have maybe this is their starting defensive tackle, I'm not too sure. Linebackers, Aaron Lynch is a very good young linebacker. Navarro Bowman, 88. Will Hoyt, 72. Ahmad Brooks, 76. Bethea, strong safety, 78. Eric Reed, free safety, 78. Tremaine Brock, cornerback, 81. They have Jimmy Ward, 76. They also have Johnson, 74. Their kicker is Phil Dawson, and punter is Pinion. And yeah, that's what I'm working with the Niners here. Like I said, they need a lot of work. Probably not going to be making that much trades in year one. I'm probably going to be trading Staley away for draft picks. Probably Kaepernick for a draft pick. Might bring in like one or two young players, and that's really going to be it. So going to build in the offseason and in the draft, and so let's get this underway. With my first trade with the Niners, I traded left tackle Joe Staley and a cornerback Dante Johnson to Chicago for their first rounder this year. Usually they do pretty bad in year one, and I wanted to get a lot of draft picks for this upcoming draft, so this is a good deal. My next deal, I traded cornerback Tremaine Brock, quarterback Colin Kaepernick, and a fourth-round pick this year for one of the Titans' first-round picks. So I was able to dump off Kaepernick and save a lot of money, which is one of my goals. And another one was getting draft picks, in which I did, so it was a decent deal. With the next trade, I traded back a first-round pick that I just got. Also, Jimmy Ward and Torrey Smith, wide receiver, to the Vikings, but in return I got a very good young player. I really want to get a very good defense here in San Francisco, so I traded for Anthony Barr. So him and Lynch on the outside is going to be very dangerous, so I think it's a half-decent trade. My final trade this year, before we get this underway, I traded Harold, outside linebacker, Ahmad Brooks, left outside linebacker. I was paying Brooks like $3.5 million or something like that. So I sent that to the Minnesota again. Also a third-round pick. In return, I got Stephon Diggs, wide receiver, just a short-term center in Berger, and Laquan Treadwell. So two very good young receivers. And I still have like two first-rounders and a second. So still got a lot of high draft picks to look forward to. So now I'm just going to maybe sign a free agent or two. We'll set my depth chart, and then I'll show you, and then we'll get this underway. So guys, let's review my team before we get this underway. So at quarterback, I'll be starting Blaine Gabbert. I also picked up Johnny Manziel in free agency. Running backs, we have Carlos Hyde, and then my backups. Fullback, they had Bruce Miller as tight end, so I moved him back to fullback. Wide receivers, I have Stephon Diggs, Laquan Treadwell, Quentin Patton, Bruce Ellington, Jerome Simpson, and DeAndrew White. Tight end, Vance McDonald, Selleck, and Nick O'Leary. Left tackle, Davis and some rookie. Left guard, Zane Beatles and Silberman. Center, we have Berger and Kilgore. Right guard, we have Garnett and Tiller. Right tackle, we have Beatty, I picked up from free agency, and Piers. Left end, we have Armstead and Dorsey. Right end, we have Buckner and Carradine. He was a right outside linebacker, but I moved him to defensive end. Defensive tackle, we have Ian Williams and Purcell. Left outside linebacker, we have Anthony Barr and Corey Lemonier. Mid linebacker, we have Navarro Bowman, Wilhoit, Hodges Jr., and Bellore. Right outside linebacker, we have Aaron Lynch and Jonathan Newsom. I picked up from free agency. Cornerbacks, this is just disgusting. I picked up 4 guys from free agency. McCray, I picked up from free agency. He's my best corner. Aker, Mitchell, Housley, Milner, and Redmond. So definitely corners are trash. Free safety, we have Eric Reed and McCray the second. Strong safety, we have Bethay and Tart. Kicker is Phil Dawson, and punter is Pinion. And that is the Niners heading into year 1. So I'm going to sim to the playoffs, and we'll see how we do. We are here in the playoffs, guys, so let's take a look on how we did. Looks like we went 6-10 on the year. That's actually more wins than I expected. Our defense must have kept us in games and stuff like that. So let's take a look here. Blaine Gabbert, 3,028 yards, 16 touchdowns, 14 picks, so not good at all. But let's see how much times he was sacked. 53 times. That is a very high number. Rushing, Carlos Hyde, 1,137 yards, 9 touchdowns. Receiving, Laquan Treadwell, 712 yards, 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 748 and 4 touchdowns. And Quentin Patton, 756 and 6 touchdowns. Defense, let's take a look. Navarro Bowman led my team with 140 tackles. Tackles for loss, Ian Williams with 18. Quarterback sacks with DeForest Buckner with 13. Anthony Barr had 11. Where's Lynch? Lynch had 5. Interceptions was Navarro Bowman with 3. Kicking, Phil Dawson was 69%. No kick returns for a touchdown, and no punt returns. I just want to see, as you can see here, I had the worst offense in the league, 32nd. Let's see what my defense was. My defense was pretty good, actually, 13th. I'd like both those things to be in the top 10, but they weren't. So that's going to do it for this year. Time to do some off-season. So I'm going to hopefully re-sign a couple guys. I did a couple of re-signings in the mid-season. And so we're going to continue that, and then we'll do some free agency, and we'll pick it up in the free agency recap right before the draft. I'm just about to show you guys the free agents I got, but I'm just looking on the trade block before, and I might pick up a couple guys. So my first one is going to be Roby, cornerback for the Broncos. He was on the trade block, so I gave him Driscoll, a quarterback, and next year's 3rd-round pick. So finally I got my starting corner, so that's a good deal. My next trade on the trade block, I traded for center Kelsey, and I gave him a 64 overall corner and next round 4th-round pick. Final trade on the trade block, before I show you guys what I picked up in free agency, I traded for Jeremy Hill, running back from the Bengals. I gave him Aker, a cornerback. He's 70 overall and 2 5th-rounders this year. So I think that's a pretty half-decent trade anyway. So now I'm going to show you guys who I got from free agency, and we'll cut to that right now. Who are at my free agent signing, guys? We'll run through it quick. My cap room right now is 16.2 million, and before free agency I had like over 60 million. So that gives you a little idea on how much I spent. I got a fair amount of players, so let's start from the top, work our way to the bottom. I got Khalil, left tackle, 83. Lodi Nada, defensive tackle, 83. Jefferson, free safety, 81. Wheaton, wide receiver, 80. Micah Hyde, free safety, 80. Blair Walsh, kicker, 80. Rob Ninkovich, left outside linebacker, 79. Ryan Matthews, running back, 79. John Asamoah, right guard, 79. Vernon Davis, tight end, 78. Ryan Fitzpatrick, quarterback, 78. Kenny Stills, wide receiver, 78. Jeff Schwartz, right guard, 77. Tremaine Williams, cornerback, 76. Sebastian Vollmer, right tackle, 76. Sterling Moore, cornerback, 76. Leon Hall, cornerback, 76. Zach Brown, middle linebacker, 75. James Jones, wide receiver, 75. And Mike Lennon, quarterback, 70. So that's a lot of players added to my team. I let a lot of guys go to free agency, didn't re-sign them. So these are the guys I came up with for next year. So now I'm going to do the draft and bring in some more good guys, and we'll pick it up after. Let's take a look at my draft recap, guys. With my first pick, I picked quarterback CJ Potter out of University of Georgia, 78 overall. He has superstar development, as you can see there. So he's got very good attributes as well. Good arm, good accuracy, good development. So all-around good player. My other first-round pick, I picked cornerback, 78 overall. Second round, I went corner again, 79 overall. Sixth round, wide receiver, 64 overall. Another sixth rounder, I went middle linebacker, 68 overall. Seventh round, I went wide receiver, 64 overall. And seventh round, I also picked a running back, 70 overall. So pretty decent draft. So now we'll skip ahead right into year 2. Probably pick it up at my first trade. We're starting off year 2 with a bang. I traded Newsome, Sterling Moore, and this year's second round pick to Pittsburgh for 97 overall running back Le'Veon Bell. I really didn't need a running back, but I thought Bell could make a difference, so I'm probably going to trade either Carlos Hyde or Jeremy Hill, whatever one is going to spark the most interest to a team. So that's probably going to be my next trade, and we'll pick it up there. For my next trade, I went back to Pittsburgh since I needed a running back, so I kind of played him. I had to give up basically an arm and a leg for this deal. Carlos Hyde and this year's first and next year's first rounder, but I get the best receiver in the league in Antonio Brown. So, you know, you give up something to get something else. So I think it's a pretty good deal for myself. Give my rookie quarterback the best receiver in the league to throw to, so he's probably happy right now. I got my team ready for year 2, so let's review it. At quarterback, I have Ryan Fitzpatrick, CJ Potter, and Mike Glennon. I'm going to be starting the rookie Potter just to let him get better and develop. At running back, Le'Veon Bell, Jeremy Hill, Ryan Matthews, and Mike Davis. I should have traded Hill instead of Carlos Hyde. I like Hyde better than Hill, but it's too late for that now. Fullback, I got Bruce Miller. Wide receivers, I have Antonio Brown, Stephon Diggs, Marcus Wheaton, Kenny Stills, Laquan Treadwell, and James Jones. Tight end, I have Vance McDonald, Vernon Davis, and Garrett Selleck. Left tackle, Matt Khalil, Anthony Davis. Left guard, Joshua Garnett and Zane Beatles. Center, Jason Kelsey, Daniel Kilgore. Right guard, John Asamoah, Jeff Schwartz. Right tackle, Sebastian Vollmer, Will Beatty. Left end, Eric Armstead and Red Bryant. Right end, DeForest Buckner and Tank Carradine. Defensive tackle, Ian Williams, Haloti Nada. Left outside linebacker, Anthony Barr, Rob Ninkovich. Middle linebacker, Navarro Bowman, Zach Brown, Jamel McLean, and Terry Hawley. Right outside linebacker, we have Aaron Lynch and Trent Cole. Cornerbacks, we have Brandel Roby, Kirkland Boone, DJ Fletcher, Tremaine Williams, Leon Hall, and Will Redman. Free safety, we have Eric Reed and Jarquisi Tart. Strong safety, we have Tony Jefferson and Micah Hyde. Kicker, we have Blair Walsh. Punter, we have Brandley Pinion. And that's what it's going to look like for year 2 with the Niners. I definitely think I made upgrades, brought in a lot of veteran players. Like, I got a lot of depth with veterans at a lot of positions, which is good. But I like having a lot of young players too. But maybe if we don't make the playoffs, I'll do another year with the Niners. But we'll see if we make the playoffs or not. So let's find out right now. Here we are in the playoffs, guys. So let's take a look on how we did on the year. Holy man, we did actually pretty good. We went 14-2 in the year. Definitely a big upgrade from last year. So let's take a look at some stats. Our rookie quarterback, 3,696 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Sacked 25 times, so that's down by a lot from last year. Rushing, Le'Veon Bell, 1,791 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jeremy Hill had 547 and 13 touchdowns. And also my quarterback ran for 328 and 6 touchdowns, so a good year from him. Receiving, we have Marcus Wheaton, 890 yards, 5 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, 858 and 6 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 873 and 7 touchdowns. And Vance McDonald had 366 and 3 touchdowns. Take a look at defense here. Navarro Bowman led my team in tackles yet again with 138 tackles. Quarterback sacks was DeForest Buckner again with 14. Very good. Aaron Lynch had 9. Anthony Barr had 8. Interceptions was my rookie DJ Fletcher with 2, and he was tied with Roby, who also had 2. Blair Walsh kicked for 84%, and Pinion 46.2 average. That's good. No kick returns, and Antonio Brown had a punt return for a touchdown. So all around a very good year. So I'm going to do some player progression, and I'll show you guys that right after this. It's completed player progression, guys. I got that rookie quarterback. He's an 85, but with that +2 boost, he's an 87. Let's take a look at his attributes. Very good. Throw power is a 90. Short accuracy is 91. Mid's 91. Deep's 83. Awareness 83. So very good quarterback after a year like that. Le'Veon Bell is a 99 overall. A couple of my O-line have that +2 confidence boost. Take a look at defense here. No one really has the boost. I think Lynch went up by 2 overall. Jefferson went up by 2. Buckner went up by a couple. And really that's it. Roby went up by 1 or 2, I think. So I'm going to sim the week because we don't even play this week. This is the wild card. We'll play next week. Let's see who we stack up against here. We play the 9-7 Vikings, so let's sim this game and see how we do here. Here we are in the next week, guys. We play the 9-7 Dallas Cowboys in the conference championship. Let's sim ahead here to the Pro Bowl week. Hopefully we win and we get to play in the Super Bowl with the Niners. And I actually think we lost. That's disappointing. Definitely thought we had a team this year, but apparently not. Let's take a look on the score in that Cowboys game. Probably a close game. The Chiefs and the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, but looks like my defense really let me down. They let up 51 points. I lost 42-51. So let's take a look here. They had a rookie quarterback as well. Hunter Welsh threw for 5 touchdowns. Holy smokes. 1 interception. My quarterback played very good, though. 362 and 4 touchdowns. Even Ryan Fitzpatrick had a throwing touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, he rushed for 77 yards. Ezekiel Elliott ran for 76, but 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Stephon Diggs had a big game. Same with Antonio Brown. Defense, McLean had 17 tackles. Holy crap. Any quarterback sacks? No. Interceptions. Roby had 1. But that's unfortunate. I ended up losing in the conference championship against the Cowboys. But that's a pretty good year for year 2 with the Niners. 14-2. That was an upgrade. I think we went 6-10 last year or something like that. So these are the moves I made. The biggest acquisitions were Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and on defense I brought in Anthony Barr. So those are the big three guys I brought in. They definitely made a big upgrade, and drafting this rookie quarterback was definitely a big thing too. On the O-line, I really just brought in veteran players and had depth at positions. So like even my backups were in the mid-70s and stuff like that. And other than that, that's really all I did. Brought in a couple other players, young players like Stephon Diggs right here, stuff like that. So that's going to do it for this Niner franchise, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll do all that stuff. It would help the channel grow. I would appreciate that. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in another video.